Hey, you guys, I had a really great time swimming today.
So did I. What are we gonna do now?
I don't know. I thought maybe we could tell some fables.
What's the difference between a story and a fable?
Well, a fable is a story. It's a different kind of a story. It's all about different sorts of things. Usually has animals in it, not always, but a lot of times. And every fable has a moral.
What's a moral?
A moral is a lesson that you learn in each story. Yeah. I remember I heard a fable many years ago when I was about your age. And it's a real nice one. You'd like this one. You can learn a lot from these stories. This one is called The Fable of the Milkmaid and Her Pail.
The Fable of the Milkmaid and Her Pail. One day a milkmaid was making her trip to market carrying a pail of milk on her head. She was going to sell the milk at the market. As she walked along, she passed the time by talking to herself.
I will get a great deal of money for this milk at the market today. And with the money, I shall buy some chickens from the farmer. When the chickens lay eggs, I will sell the eggs to the parson's wife. Then I will have enough money to buy an exquisite dress and a beautiful hat. I will look so enchanting in my new dress and hat that all the young men will fight each other just so they can be the one to talk to me. And all the girls will be so jealous of me, they won't even talk to me. But that won't matter to me. I will just toss my head like this.
And as the poor milkmaid was thinking, she did indeed toss her head. And the pail was tossed at the same time. The milk went splashing to the ground.
Oh, alas, my milk is gone. Oh, what shall I do now? Oh, my poor milk. My poor chickens. All my wonderful eggs gone. All my money gone. Oh, poor me. I will never have that beautiful dress. Oh, there will be no young men fighting over me in the market. Oh, poor me. Gone. Everything is gone.
And so, sadly, the milkmaid had to go home and tell her mother what had happened.
Ah, my poor little milkmaid, don't cry. Perhaps you've learned a very good lesson today. Do not count your chickens before they are hatched.
The milkmaid had all her money spent before she earned it.
Yeah, she was a real dreamer. Too bad she had to go spill her milk and spoil all her dreams.
Yeah, but you know, when all is said and done, I think she learned a very valuable lesson from that.
Yeah, don't cry over spilt milk.
That's not the lesson I was thinking of. I was thinking of don't count your chickens before they're hatched.
There you go.
You know, I remember a fable I heard way back in grade school.
Oh, yeah, which one?
It's a fable about Belling the cat.
Oh, what is Belling the cat?
I'll explain to you what it is. Everyone sit back and I'll tell you the fable. It all
The Fable about Belling the Cat. Long ago in a certain town, all the mice met together and tried to decide what to do about a certain cat. You see, the cat had been eating the mice one by one. Naturally, the mice wanted to put a stop to this. It seemed that everyone had an idea. And of course, no one liked anyone else's idea.
Well, why don't we...
Why don't we try,
what are you talking about? Of course,
perhaps if we tried...
No, you're all wrong, absolutely wrong.
The mice were getting nowhere until one very young mouse decided to take charge of the meeting.
Surely you all agree that the real problem with the cat is that it is so sly. He really is not as fast as we are. He would never be able to catch us if we could hear him before he was ready to pounce. What we need to do then is to have a signal that will tell us when the cat is near. When we hear the signal, we could easily get away. There is really a very simple solution. We will tie a small bell around the cat's neck.
Very
Oh,
good.
this is a good idea.
Beautiful. Yes, it will.
Then we will always be able to tell when the cat is near, and we will have plenty of time to escape.
And who will bell the cat?
All the mice looked at each other, but no one spoke. No one wanted to be the one to bell the cat.
It would be nice to have the cat belled. But if no one is willing to do it, then the idea isn't a very good one, is it? Mm-hmm. Sure.
It's not, it's not.
No, it isn't very good.
Not me.
You see, it is easy to propose impossible remedies.
Those mice sure had big plans.
Yeah, but it just goes to show you, making big plans is one thing, but carrying them out, that's the hard part.
Yeah, when it came right down to it, the mice were too scared to bell the cat.
Can we hear another story? Fable?
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this too. Do you have one, Joe?
Yeah, I remember one from school, too.
Yeah, which one?
It's called The Wolf in Sheep's Clothing.
This is the fable of the wolf in sheep's clothing. Once there was a wolf watching a flock of sheep grazing in the meadow below. He was most unhappy because he knew that he could not get to them. The sheep were guarded by an alert shepherd and his faithful dog. With these two on guard, the sheep grazed very contentedly, for they knew that they were safe. But the wolf, who liked nothing better than lamb or mutton, was determined that he would have a feast. The wolf had no luck at all, for the shepherd and the dog were always on guard. They could recognize the wolf the instant that he came near the sheep. As the wolf grew hungrier, he also grew more desperate.
There must be a way to get those sheep. I know I am as clever as that dog, and I know I am much smarter than that shepherd. After all, he's just a human.
But it was always the same. The wolf would try to get the sheep, and instead would be chased and pelted with stones.
Just look at me. I'm nothing but skin and bones. I must have some food or I will surely die. I must think of a plan that will outsmart the shepherd and his dog.
Now, quite by accident, the hungry wolf discovered a sheepskin, all that was left of an unfortunate sheep that had been killed and eaten by a band of robbers.
What's this? A sheepskin? I think this may be the solution to my problem. Yes! I think this will do nicely. No one would know me now, not even the shepherd or his dog.
And quickly the wolf set out for the meadow and his feast of lamb and mutton. The wolf was congratulating himself on his cleverness as he boldly moved among the sheep, trying to decide which one would begin his meal.
There is my supper. Just a few more steps and I'll have him. Oh, I can hardly wait. Oh, I'm so hungry.
But the clever wolf was just a little too clever for himself. In his greed, the wolf did not see a low branch which caught the sheepskin and pulled it off.
Just a few more steps and I'll have a tasty little supper.
But the wolf in sheep's clothing was still a wolf, and without his disguise, he was easily recognized. The shepherd and his dog drove the wolf from the meadow. Forgetting his hunger, the frightened wolf ran and ran until he was far away.
Now I know that the shepherd and his dog are more clever than I. They were not fooled by the fact that looks are often deceiving.
That old wolf. He really thought he was clever, didn't he?
He wasn't clever enough, though.
Yeah, he thought that sheepskin disguise would have got him a big dinner.
Yeah.
But that low branch really ruined his plans.
Yeah, and on top of that, he ruined his entire disguise, too.
Yeah.
Just goes to show you, wasn't as smart as he thought he was.
Who's going to tell the next fable?
I don't know. I'm having a good time just sitting here listening. You guys tell stories real well. Roseanne, do you have another one?
All right, let's see. How about the goose and the golden egg?
Yeah.
Let's start it out.
This is the fable of the goose and the golden eggs. One morning, a farmer was gathering eggs as he did every day. But this morning, something was different. In the goose's nest, he found a bright yellow egg which glittered as he picked it up.
What's this? Oh, it looks like an egg, but it is so heavy. It feels like lead. Someone has played a stupid joke on me.
The farmer was about to throw the egg away when he suddenly had a thought.
This is a rather pretty trinket. Look how it glitters in the sun. Oh, I think I will take it to market. Perhaps someone will buy it for a decoration. I have something here that you might... Gold. Pure, solid gold. Look here, everybody. The farmer has a golden egg.
An egg, you say? No, it couldn't possibly be. What is he talking about?
Gold? This is gold? Why, I shall be rich.
Each morning, the farmer went to the goose's nest, and each morning he found a single golden egg waiting for him. The farmer wondered who would be playing such a trick on him. He searched his barn to see if a prankster was hiding there.
Surely no one would play a joke like this. Some kind friend is giving me this gold for being such a good neighbor.
But the farmer should have known that he was not receiving a gift from a neighbor, for he had never been a good neighbor. The farmer grew wealthy from the golden eggs, and as his wealth grew, so did his greed. Each day, the farmer searched his barn, but he no longer searched for a benefactor. Instead, he searched suspiciously for anyone who might be trying to steal his golden eggs. In time, the farmer came to realize that by some strange trick of fate, it was his goose who each day laid the single solid gold egg.
I am becoming a wealthy man, but it will take too long to double or triple my wealth if I must wait for a single egg each day. Perhaps I could have all of the eggs at once.
And so the foolish farmer killed the goose and frantically searched the bird for the gold which was used to make the golden eggs.
Nothing at all. There is no gold. And now the goose is dead, and there will be no more golden eggs. There is nothing.
The farmer, in his greed and foolishness, had taught himself a bitter lesson. A poor man wants much. A greedy man wants everything.
You know, the more gold the farmer got, the greedier he got.
Yeah, he even killed his goose because he wanted twice as much gold.
Yeah, you know, there's a very valuable lesson to learn from that. A poor man may want much, but a greedy man wants everything.
Can we hear some more stories? Fables?
Yeah! Sure, why not? Joe, do you know another one?
Yeah, I know one. Now, let's sit back and relax and listen to The Dog in the Manger.
This is the fable of the dog and the manger. One bright summer day, a dog was wandering around trying to find a place to take his afternoon nap. It was very cool inside the barn. The dog looked at the manger which held the straw to feed the farmer's oxen, and he thought what a comfortable bed the straw would make. The hay was fresh and sweet-smelling.
Oh, I can rest very comfortably here. I'll just settle down for a nice little nap.
Soon the dog was sound asleep, dreaming of food and all the things which would make him content. The dog thought himself very lucky to have found such a fine place to dream his happy dream. Just at that moment, an ox came into the barn to eat some of the sweet hay in the manger. The ox was surprised to find the sleeping dog right in the middle of the hay.
What are you doing in this hay? The farmer has put it here for the farm animals to eat.
Well, what do you mean by waking me from my sleep with foolish talk about eating hay? You don't eat hay, you sleep on it. Now you've made me angry. This is my manger. I was here first. Go away and let me go back to sleep.
It's not your manger, it's mine. And it's my hay, and I'm hungry.
Each time the poor ox tried to get to the hay, the dog snarled and barked and tried to bite him. Finally, the ox gave up. He knew that he would have none of the sweet, fresh hay to eat. Slowly, the ox turned and walked out of the barn.
What a dumb animal he is to think that he could eat this hay.
And the dog went peacefully back to sleep. He still dreamt of the food and the other things which would make him content. He had no thought of the ox, who had to do without the hay that would make him content. As the poor ox had to make do with what little food he could find, he realized that he had learned something that day. We often deny others that which we cannot use ourselves.
Boy, the ox and the dog sure didn't get along too well, did they, Sarah?
Not at all.
No, one wanted to eat the hay and the other wanted to sleep on it.
Yeah, that poor ox, he didn't even get his dinner at all. Speaking of dinner, I'm feeling a little hungry.
So am I. Can we have a treat?
Sure, why not? Why don't you pass out the marshmallows, Roseanne, and I will tell the story of the man, the boy, and the donkey.
The Fable of the Man, the Boy, and the Donkey. Once a man and his son were going to market. They needed to carry many things home, so they took their fine donkey with them. Because they didn't go to market very often, when they did go, they always looked and listened to everything around them. As they walked along, they met a neighbor who was a farmer.
What's the matter with you two? Everyone knows that you're supposed to ride a donkey.
The man thought that the farmer's idea was a good one and quickly helped his son onto the donkey's back. They continued their journey, enjoying everything there was to see and hear.
Look at that lazy boy. He rides while his poor, hard-working father has to walk.
When he heard this, the man told his son to get off the donkey. Then he himself mounted the animal, and they were on their way again.
Oh, my. Just look at that lazy man. He rides while his poor little son has to walk. He ought to be ashamed of himself, making that poor little fellow walk.
The man was bothered by the woman's words and wondered what he should do. Then he lifted his son onto the donkey's back. They would both ride the donkey to market. Soon they came to the town and the market. The man and the boy had both eagerly looked forward to spending the day in town. As they approached the marketplace, the man and the boy could hear the mocking laughter of the crowd. The man became very angry and shouted,
"Why are you all laughing at us?"
The crowd suddenly became silent. One man finally stepped forward and spoke.
"Aren't you ashamed of yourself, making that poor animal carry such a heavy load? Why, you and that big boy of yours ought to be carrying that poor, tired donkey."
The poor man was more bewildered than ever. Eager to do the right thing, he cut a sturdy limb from a nearby tree.
"I'll make a pole from this limb, and we will tie the donkey's feet to it. That way, we can easily carry him. Then nobody can say we are overworking the poor beast."
Never before had anyone seen a man and a boy carrying a donkey. The strange sight attracted a large crowd of curious spectators. the sound of their laughter grew louder and louder. The crowd watched as the man and his son tried to carry their strange burden across a small, narrow bridge. Their efforts made the crowd laugh even louder than before. The sight of the large crowd and the sound of their laughter so frightened the poor donkey that he kicked free of the ropes which had held him and fell with a splash into the water below.
Oh, Father, I fear we have lost our donkey.
Yes, my son, our donkey is gone. But we have learned a hard lesson. When you try to please everyone, you please no one, not even yourself.
The man listened to too many people. He couldn't make up his mind for himself.
Yeah, that's because he tried to please too many people.
That's right. And when the man and the son tried to please everyone, they ended up not even pleasing themselves.
They lost their poor donkey, too.
Yeah. Guess they had to learn everything the hard way, huh?
Bill, do you think we have time for just one more fable?
Just one more. I think we have time for one more.
Hey, I know a really good one.
Hear you? Which one?
The Hare with Many Friends.
The Fable of the Hare with Many Friends. There was once a hare who had many friends, or at least so it seemed. The 6 friends spent many evenings together and had many good times. One day, as the hare was enjoying a fine breakfast, he heard the excited barking of some hounds. He knew that they would soon be upon him, and he became very frightened. However, he was certain that his friends would help him escape. The hare quickly ran to his friend, the horse.
My friend, the hounds are after me. You're such a fast runner, and you could easily carry me on your back. Would you please take me far, far away from the hounds?
I do wish that I could help you, my friend, but my master has asked me to do some important work for him today. Oh, I couldn't possibly disappoint him. I'm sorry, but you have so many other friends, I'm sure someone else will be able to help you.
The hare quickly ran to find his friend, the bull.
Do you hear those hounds? They will surely catch me soon unless someone protects me. Please help me, Bull. When the hounds come, will you frighten them away with your horns?
Any other day, I would be only too glad to help you, my friend. But today, it is absolutely impossible. I have to meet someone, and I'm late now. Why don't you ask your friend the goat? Its horns are just as good as mine.
The frantic hare then hurried to find his friend, the goat.
Oh, the hounds are after me. The horse can't help because he has work to do. And the bull can't help me because he had to meet a friend. Won't you please help me? Please butt the hounds with your horns when they come.
I would be glad to help you, Hare, but it wouldn't do any good unless you were on my back. If you were on the ground, the other hounds would get you while I was butting one of them. I have been having so much trouble with my back lately that it would be impossible for me to carry you. The ram has a strong back. Why don't you ask him to save you?
The hare ran and ran until he found the ram.
The hounds are after me, and I need help. The horse can't help me because he has to work. And the bull was in a hurry to meet a friend, and the goat was having trouble with its back. Won't you please help me? You could ram the hounds with your horns when they come.
You know that I would be only too glad to help you, if only I could. Hounds have been known to eat sheep, too, you know. I must hurry and find a place to hide before the hounds get here. I do wish you luck. Perhaps the calf could help you.
So the hare quickly ran to look for the calf.
Oh, calf, the hounds are after me. The horse cannot help me because he has work to do. And the bull was meeting a friend. And the goat is having trouble with its back. And the ram is afraid of the hounds. Oh, please, calf, can you help me? I just don't know what to do. I'm terribly sorry that the hounds are chasing you, but I just can't become involved. Not when all your older friends have refused. I really am sorry.
By this time, the hounds were very near. There was only one thing for the little hare to do, and that's just what he did. He ran and ran, faster than he had ever run before. And luckily for him, he narrowly escaped the hounds.
Phew. Well, I have certainly learned something today. He that has many friends has no friends.
You know something? I think I have just the perfect number of friends.
So do I. What do we get to do now?
Guess what? I think it's getting a little late, and I think we better pack things up and get ready for bed.
Do we have to?
Well, now listen, you guys have to get up early tomorrow morning. We want to go down by the river and watch the deer when they come down for a drink.
I forgot about that.
And you know how hard it is to get up in the morning.
Especially at 6.
Don't worry about a thing, though. We can tell some more stories tomorrow night.
Yep.
Let's go.